As on tonight's video, I'm going to show you how to change a tire on your Rivian. So you want to set the suspension to the highest mode. So the customer's going to do that for me, and I'm just going to film this screen. But we're going to go to the suspension setting, and we're going to set it to the highest mode.
Go off-road. Activate tire change mode in the vehicle setting after setting the suspension to the highest off-road setting. Okay, how do I get to tire change mode? Tire change.
Service.
Make sure you're in park. Yes, I'm in park. Switch your drive mode to all terrain. We already did that. And choose the highest ride height before changing your tire. And just make sure we are in fact we are in the highest. Yes. Okay. So vehicle, service, tire change mode.
Okay, and then open up the back of your vehicle, and your spare tire is going to be back here with your jack and your lug wrench and all that stuff. So we'll unscrew the middle part.
I already did.
Oh, he already did. But there's a little middle part we'll unscrew, and then we lift the styrofoam kit out. Okay, so in our little kit, we got our jack here, and we got our lug wrench. It's kind of dark out here, but gotta make these videos when you can, right? So that's our jacking stuff, and here is the optional spare. Okay, so on these vehicles there are 4 jacking points, 2 on each side. We're going to be changing the rear tire, so our jacking point is going to be down here under the vehicle. Little circle plastic piece right here, see that? We're just going to push on that with our finger, and it should pop it, and then we can pull it out. Change this light setting. There we go. And just pull that out of the way like so, and then inside here you'll see where the jack, that little nipple on the top of the jack, is going to fit into the frame right there, and that is the rear jacking point. And then if you were going to do the front, it would be that little circle right there. Just pop that one out, and then that's your front jacking point on this vehicle. Okay, so it says on the rear you got to use the puck riser, which I think this thing is, because it looks like it's pretty well high up, or like a riser would be, instead of just flat at the top. And it says not to use the riser if you're doing the front, so make sure that you check to see if this thing comes off or not. I don't think it comes off. I don't know, I'm not that familiar with it, but it looks like the puck riser for the back. We'll have to lower it down, just crank it by hand until you can get it lower than the vehicle there, and then you can slide it under. And then you're gonna want to get under here and make sure you get it in the right spot. So slide the jack over here, line up that little nipple right there with the hole, and crank it up until it goes right into the hole. And lift it up and stick it in the hole, and then plant it to the ground. That way you know you got it seated. Okay, so it's gonna look all the way seated like that when you got it on there correctly. There should be no gap at all when it's in the hole properly. Now that we got the jack in position, we're gonna go ahead and break our lug nuts loose using the lug wrench. We'll take our lug wrench, carefully place it onto the lug nut like so, and we're just going to crank it lefty-loosey like this. It should turn pretty easily. If you're not strong enough to do it by hand, then place the lug wrench on there like so, and then take your foot and step on it and push it, and that will break it loose. Just be very careful because this thing goes in and out. You don't want to go down and gouge the rim, so just be careful if you're using your foot when you're breaking it loose.
This one's old. It's still got some tread.
Once you get all the lug nuts broke loose, now you can start jacking the vehicle up using the lug wrench right here. And it's going to fit onto your jack like so. And just make sure it's seated first. I must have moved a little bit. There we go. And just start jacking it up. If it doesn't move on you, if it moves, replace it. Start on this side, see if we can get it to put a little weight on it. Cameraman number 2. Okay guys, if you got an impact drill, you can go ahead and cheat. 7/8 socket. Stick that on your jack and go up nice and slow. Don't go super fast, and just do it like as if you were cranking it up, but without using all your energy. Okay, once you get the tire out the ground, you're good, and then you can run the rest of your lug nuts off of the vehicle. Set that on and just spin it until they come off. I'm going to use the lug wrench or the impact just because it's less likely to scratch the wheel. So that's why I like using that. Last one, there we go. And now we can just lift the wheel up and off, like so. And we see it started to eat itself on the inside, but it still has tread out here, which means it's leaning somehow on this inside. So something over here is not right. Yeah, because it's not riding flat, it's riding like that. All right, so now we just take our new spare tire, full size, matching wheel and rim, and we're gonna put the holes of the wheel right here through the studs of the brake rotor right there of the hub. That's always my worst nightmare, not having it high enough. Alright, a little higher. A little higher. Okay, easy part, just put your lug nuts on. Always put them on by hand, make sure they screw on nice and easy. If they don't, then you did something wrong. Unscrew it and try again. And if you're using the factory lug wrench, you might as well screw these things in as far as you can by hand, because otherwise you're gonna have to do it with that funny tool, and you already know how you don't like that thing already. So, and you're less likely to scratch your wheels using your fingers, you know. So that's another good reason to use your fingers to tighten this as much as possible. Less chance of that factory tool scratching the paint up. Okay, when you tighten it, make sure you do it in a cross pattern. You can start anywhere, but don't go from one to the next one. Go from one across. This Milwaukee has torque settings in it, so setting number 2, it won't over torque anything. We'll go there. good, and then we'll set it on the ground and tighten it again. But like I said, I didn't want to use this because I run a chance of scratching the wheels up with that. And now we'll just let this thing down. Let that booger down. And it's gonna have to go back up to fit in the styrofoam. So it'll be somewhere around that spot. And we'll put this cap back in. That light don't work worth the fudge, does it? O'Reilly's always selling me messed up stuff. Alright, so it has a little flap right there, a little indent flap there. So this side goes in first, and that side pushes up. There you go, nice and flush, not hanging down, good to go. Alright, and there we go. We got our tire change. Now we're just gonna put our center cap in the middle, tighten our lug nuts one more time now that it's on the ground, and we're all done. Okay, so to put the little center cap on, just put it there in the middle like so, and push in. It should snap in. You'll hear it snap. There you go, bing bang boom, it's all good. And tighten your lug nuts one more time because you got it on the ground. All right, you guys, well, there you go. Another happy customer. I hope this video helped you out. It was the first tire change I ever did on one. Maybe it was your first too. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know if it helped you out. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye now.